Yeah. It starts like BB, and then it proceeds to LOVE, and maybe baby, or let it be. They say if you love it, then let it be free. I'm not above it, I just think it's hella cheesy.
Hey there. In today's vlog I'm going to talk to something that's a bit of a passion and a bugbear for me, and that is the insanity of brand loyalty. The way that people seem to go head over heels about one particular brand, something that they've chosen for some reason, and then militantly go against any other possible choice.
And these days teenage kids be hella preachy, like Boy Meets World, it's teacher Feeney.
I think the first reasons people have for choosing a particular brand or type of something are usually pretty good ones and fairly honest. Right up front we're looking for reliability, support, cost and value and that sort of thing. But once that passes on, we start sticking with a brand. It's a natural sort of human thing to do. You know, we will buy an Apple iPhone and then we'll get a Mac that goes with it and perhaps an Apple TV, and there's a little bit of logic in there as well, because these days a lot of those devices integrate together. It makes a lot more sense to buy a whole suite of Apple stuff or a whole suite of Android or a whole suite of Windows equipment, because it works together and there is actually a technical and logical benefit for it. Other reasons we choose a particular brand is on recommendation of friend or family, particularly good advertising. One of the key factors that comes into the later mentality that people have, because they want to defend whether they've spent so much on something or so little on something, and they're trying to convince themselves as much as anybody else that what they've done is the right thing. Not that it ever really matters to anybody except that the person trying to form the argument. For me, brand choice is also about functionality. I really spend a lot of time carefully thinking about what is it that I want this product to do, and if it's not meeting that criteria, then the rest of it completely goes out the window. I buy Macintosh computers because I like the way that Final Cut works. If I was more of a person into Premiere and After Effects, I would probably go PC because I can get cheaper hardware and get more grunt out of the hardware for the money I would spend into it.
I remember when the dreams felt dreamy, the sky was blue and songs had meaning.
Now let's have a look at what happens when people do choose a particular brand and the sort of reactions that you see socially and in the media, and what happens in people's heads now that they have chosen a brand. So we're just going for a walk with Annalise, and I thought I'd get her viewpoint on the insanity of brand loyalty. And just to recap, I was talking about the way that people might say buy a Samsung phone and then feel this need to rubbish iPhones or Windows phones all the time in comparison, or Holden versus Ford, one of the classic Kiwi brand fights, wars.
Doesn't make sense. Like, okay, in the case of the cars, yeah, both cars and they get you where you need to be, and for the phones they do what you need them to do.
It astounds me that when you see somebody who's a major Holden fan, and it's not just all Holden owners, but it's somebody becomes a major Holden fan, and they'll start posting Ford hate stickers up on places. I've seen this.
It's weird. Like, okay, you have the thing that you like and your preference, and feel free to talk about how great that thing is, but you don't have to then go on to talk about how the things suck.
Yeah. Exactly. Check out this montage of stuff that I found. First of all, where a lot of commentators and media talk about, you can see all of this where they're saying there's a war between Apple and PC, Apple and Windows, and then all this really nut bar
Yeah, okay, mate.
edge case
The companies
hate
aren't
stuff as
boring
well.
against each other, though.
No, they're not. I mean, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates were quite often good friends. Not always, but quite often. But all of these hate stickers and stuff you've just seen here as well, there's that people post online. How emotionally attached do you have to get to a product to start posting hate stuff about the opposite product?
One thing that I saw, some people have preferences for like gaming consoles, and then the Switch came out recently.
Yep.
And PlayStation was like, congratulations, we can't wait to play it. Like, take a leaf from the company's book, you know, rather than...
Yeah, you'll usually find the two apparent warring factions in one of these media conflicts actually get along really well and appreciate the competition, and they learn and challenge each other to grow further. It's only really at a consumer level, and I think really as I look into this more, it's only a subset of consumers that do it, but they're very, very vocal about it.
This is grown-up love. Huh. Yeah, this is own stuff. Better pick your phone up, love.
These are the hard decisions in life. It's figuring out exactly which tomato sauce that you need to buy. Do you go budget, or do you go on the others? Let us know which tomato sauce it is that you would buy and prefer. It's a tough one. So I think the message here is for people to take a step back and have a good think about why they're assuming that brands are competitive or at war with each other, when more often than not they're working together to advance things, and they appreciate the competitiveness between each other in a constructive way. And none of them want this rivalry of hatred or this mass negativity. And I'd challenge anybody who's sort of got that mindset to basically step back and have a look and say, both products, both places, both mentalities, you know, both sports teams, even both political parties, dare I say it, have their pros and cons, and which one is fit for purpose for something that you want to do. Just because you've got one context, somebody else has got a completely different criteria, and that's actually okay. So I'll leave you with a wise word from somebody who has studied this for hundreds of years and really knows what he's talking about.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. Leave comments below, please, and we'll respond and get back to you on those. Click subscribe to get more videos as we make them. I'm trying to do it as regular as I can. Also, click the like button and the share button. Sharing's really important. That's what makes YouTube work. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.